All right, let's jump right in. Something huge is happening in medicine right now, a really fundamental shift. And this isn't about some far-off future. It's about how technology and information are completely changing what it means to be a doctor today. But first, let's start with a feeling I'm pretty sure we all know. That incredibly frustrating, time-sucking experience of just trying to find one clear, reliable answer online. I mean, why has something that should be so simple become so ridiculously hard?
This quote from Sergio Darpa just nails it. The problem isn't that you're bad at searching. The problem is that the whole system is overloaded. We've built this amazing digital library, but it's gotten so massive it's collapsing on itself.
And that brings us to our first big idea, this concept of information overload. This isn't just a feeling of having too many tabs open, it's a real systemic breakdown in how we're supposed to access knowledge. So the issue isn't the digital world itself, not at all. It's that the way we try to use it is totally outdated. Most of us, and that includes highly trained professionals, are basically trying to navigate a sprawling, modern city with a crumpled paper map.
And this is where the critical mindset shift has to happen. Success today isn't about being the best searcher anymore. It's about learning how to actively interrogate information using specialized AI. Think of it as the difference between shouting a question into a crowded room and directly questioning a world-renowned expert.
But here's the kicker. It gets even deeper than that. Your search isn't just failing by accident. The argument here is that in a lot of ways, the system is now actively designed to work against you.
I mean, just think about how Google has changed. Do you remember when you could get like 100 results on a page? It was all about getting you the info fast. Now you're lucky to get 10, and they're buried under a mountain of ads. The whole thing is designed to keep you clicking, not to give you answers. Which leads to this pretty provocative claim from our source. It feels like sabotage because, well, from your perspective, it kind of is. Your valuable time is being traded directly for the platform's profit. And here's the reality check. While most of us are fighting with these free tools, the professional world has already moved on. Access to a top-tier, clinically reliable AI database isn't free. It's a serious, high-value asset, which just goes to show you that quality knowledge has a very real and very high price tag. Okay, so if the old way is completely broken, what's the new way? Well, that brings us to the solution, the specialist AI shift. First off, we've got to understand the tools most people know. Things like ChatGPT. They're amazing, right? But they're trained on the whole messy public internet. For a doctor, relying on that for a clinical decision is a huge gamble because of the risk of errors, or what they call hallucinations. And this table just lays it all out. A specialized medical AI is a completely different animal. It's not scraping the public internet. It's interrogating verified, trusted medical databases. The result is clinical-grade accuracy and way lower risk. It's why you just can't expect a free tool to do the job of a high-end professional one. But look, this is way bigger than just getting a new piece of software. It's about forging a whole new professional identity. It's about becoming a new kind of doctor. Right now, it's like there are two paths diverging for every single practitioner. On one side, you have the Medico superato, the outdated doctor, still stuck in that maze of messy Google searches. And on the other, you have the Medico Digitale, the digital doctor, who uses these new predictive tools to be incredibly precise.
And to pay off for choosing that digital path, it's incredible. We're not talking about working harder, we're talking about working smarter. It means you become so much more efficient that you can actually work less, which gives you what everyone wants, more freedom.
Let's make this super concrete. Think about the old way of taking a patient's history. It all depends on their memory, right? Which is subjective, spotty, and often incomplete. Now contrast that with predictive analysis, which uses objective, continuous data from wearables. You don't have to ask how a patient felt last Tuesday. You can just see the data and predict problems before they even happen. And this leap from fuzzy memory to hard, real-time data, it does more than just improve old practices. It unlocks an entirely new frontier in medicine, one that's focused not just on treating sickness, but on proactively managing health. This is what opens the door to the next great medical frontier, longevity. Now, to really grasp this opportunity, you have to realize there are two totally different patient mindsets. The sick patient wants a cure, and they're usually very price sensitive. But the healthy patient, they have a completely different goal, prevention. They aren't just trying to get well, they are actively trying to stay well, and they are willing to invest a lot to make that happen. And the economic difference here is just staggering. As you can see, the willingness of a healthy person to invest in staying healthy completely dwarfs what a sick person might spend on a cure. This is a massive, largely untapped market. And that, right there, is the ultimate takeaway. The entire paradigm is shifting. We're moving away from a reactive model of fixing what's broken to a proactive, data-driven model of managing and extending a healthy life. That is the future.
So it all comes down to a choice. The tools are here, the path is getting clearer every day, and the opportunity is absolutely massive. The only question left for every professional out there is, are you going to stay behind, or are you going to lead the change?